Honey, yes, me, I'm about to go out. Like, I'm going to be going out tomorrow. You know that tomorrow is when we can move around, and I'm going to the market, going to go and open my shop, and at least hopefully sell a couple of things. You get, honey, like, no, calm down. Do you have to? Like, we still have stuff in the house. Food has not finished. You understand? Like, we still have small money that we can be managing on. Yes, we still have a little bit of money. I understand. Oh, yeah, me. But what about in the next 2 weeks, in the next 1 month? Corona lift. You understand? And by that time, and things finish, are we going to start eating our very own children? I'll cut my arm, we'll use that one for 2 days, and then you cut your leg, we'll use that one for 2 days. Is that what we are going to start doing now? Kò tí ì le tó yẹn, ọkọ mi olówó rí, kò tí ì le tó yẹn, but still not like, we can still manage a little bit. Yes, we can manage a little bit, but for how long? We don't know how long this thing is going to last for. So please, you know what, let me just go. It's not for long. I'll be safe. I'll wear my face masks, I'll wear gloves, I'll hand sanitize, throat sanitize, spirit sanitize. I'll even carry my Bible and anointing oil that pastor gave to me. Okay. If you say so, then I cannot really. You are the husband, you are the man of the house, you are the one that is kukuma feeding us, eh? But thank you very much, oh, hey. Hello, everybody, and forgive my bad voice acting. Hopefully, one day it will get better. And maybe I don't try that again ever. Who knows? Let me know if you actually liked something like that and you actually want me to do something like that, once in a while. Obviously not all the time, but once in a while. You can just get back to me by sending a voice message through the app, you understand? Even if you are listening to the website, you can still send a voice message through the website. Just let me know what you think about that. So, getting this out of the way, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good whatever time of the day you are listening to this, and welcome to the Volatile Times podcast with Daniel. Thank you very much again. If you've been a current member, if you've been part of the Volatile family, it's a growing family. It's a new but growing family. And if you're here for the first time, thank you very much again for checking me out, and I hope you continue on with me. Uploads are every Friday by 12 p.m. every Friday by 12 p.m. And you can always let me know whether you like the episode or not, or whether you prefer some things and stuff like that. So basically, just let me feedback. If you want to tell me anything, you can just send a voice message through the app. I listen and I respond. Thank you very much. So moving on to today I want to talk about the lockdown is of that happened on Monday, the 1st of May. What month are we in, Seth? Now that I think about it, I don't actually. Okay, yes, the 4th of May. That happened in Lagos, Abuja, and Ogun State simultaneously. Well, not really Ogun State, because Ogun State has always had a kind of ease up on the lockdown. I mean, every other day we could go out. So which means if we could go out on Monday, we wait till Wednesday. Then after Wednesday, we wait till Friday. Then Monday again. Kind of like that. And as usual with anything and with everything, facts get distorted about the whole lockdown. And there have been many concerns. Some people supporting it, some people not supporting it, some people in the middle. We have medical practitioners calling it premature. We have oloja market women, clapping for Buhari and everything. So, it's kind of like a convoluted issue, because nobody really has a surefire. How should I say it? Nobody really has a method or a decision that should be taken right now, like a surefire one that this is the best thing. We all think we have what is the best thing, but this is the best thing. So I'm going to be talking about, I think, a little bit from both sides, just so that everybody can understand what is going on through the mind of everyone else, and to just put my own opinions out there. Now, disclaimer before I continue: I am not giving a political commentary on what is currently going on. This is me just analyzing it from my own point of view, taking other people's point of view into perspective and stuff like that. So, if you are looking for a political commentary, this is not it. Now, first things first, I want to get the facts out of the way, like some small facts out of the way. Okay, I'm recording this on the 7th of May 2020, which is Thursday. So the incident report that I have is from Wednesday, 6th of May 2020. And the fact about the confirmed cases we have up to 3,145 confirmed cases. The number of tests that had been done as at the 6th of May 2020, which was Wednesday, is 22,492 tests. Yeah. The total number of discharge is 534, and the total number of deaths in Nigeria is 103. The highest infected age group for the coronavirus in Nigeria is between the ages of 21 to 50, with a little bit of disparity in between 21 to 50. But I fall within that range. And most of my friends fall within that range. Oh my god. Anyway, and majority of the people that have been infected are actually men. So for those of you that are claiming that this is a feminist issue, God is judging you strongly. Anyway, public gatherings are still being closed down, so which means schools are not opening anytime soon, parks are not opening anytime soon, and all the kind of stuff. Church is not opening anytime soon, so it's still online church. Yay! Join CCI online. Anyway, supermarkets are open from 10 to 4 o'clock. Offices are meant to close by 3, etc., etc., etc. Now that we have all that out of the way, oh yes, Lagos has a total case of 1,308. That's a lot. 1,308. Now, some people probably heard that number and probably went, see, this is what I was talking about. What it is lockdown, yeah. Slow your roll, zip your trouser, pull your skirt up. It is not the ease up that caused the high number. Actually, there was a spike in number of confirmed cases even before the lockdown ease up. Should I still be calling it that? Anyway, even before the lockdown ease up, there's been a spike in the number of cases, you understand? So don't actually blame it on the lockdown being eased up and stuff like that. Bumbo clapped. Oh well, now that we have that out of the way, people are actually worried about the fact that, things have been eased up, but people's worries are kind of like the same, at the same time different. Questions people are having is what will happen to the cash flow, you understand? What will happen? Some people are worried about their education, people stay in secondary school and university. I particularly pity those who are supposed to have written WAEC by now. You understand? Some people are worried about increase in confirmed cases and deaths. Some people are worried about security. Yes, security. Just a month ago, we had this whole Lagos unrest, Ogun unrest thing, and some people are worried that this will create another spike in that, which I don't really think so. But even if there's a spike in that, it's not necessarily because of the ease up, it's generally because the people who usually do those things just love chaos. And I already talked about that in a previous episode, so you can just go down below. I think the title is Lagos Unrest, Why It's Not Just Hunger. Yeah. So basically, why did Buhari, disrespectful human being. That was me beating myself, by the way. Yes, we might not like the guy, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't disrespect him, especially if you're a Christian. Respect authority. God damn it. Yeah, okay. Why did the president think it was a good idea to ease up the lockdown especially in a place like Lagos? Lagos has the highest number of confirmed cases in the entirety of Nigeria. You understand? Like, if you actually combine the number of confirmed cases in some states, like 5 states at the same time, they might not even be up to the number of confirmed cases in Lagos. So why will he even think it's a good idea to do stuff like that? You understand? That's what many people are wondering about. While some people living in Lagos, are like, yeah, this is good, this is great. But the thing is, I don't think the ease up will have that big of an effect on people's lives in general. Hold up, listen to me. Don't make conclusions yet. If you've been part of the volatile family, you should listen, a little bit more before you make conclusions. Okay. The president said something. He said, no country can afford the full impact of a sustained lockdown while awaiting the development of vaccines or cures. And I agree with this. I actually quite agree with this. I don't think any country, not America, not Dubai, not the UK, I don't think any country can afford to be in a lockdown for so long. Like, we've been in lockdown basically since March. That's March, April, this is May, this is the third month, you understand? This virus has been killing us in January, this is the third month. So, 3 months with offices closed, 3 months with banks closed, 3 months with, businesses closed, shops closed, markets closed, different kind of things closed. And to top it all off, Nigeria's economy is suffering. Why? Because we've had a collapse in oil price. You understand? Nobody is mining currently. Nobody is refining currently. Everybody is at home. You get? And the Standard Chartered Bank prediction for economic growth before the whole pandemic thing started was 2.5% for 2020. Now the predicted economic growth for Nigeria has fallen as low as 0.2%. That is a lot. That is, in case you don't understand how bad that is, at least to me, I'm not a chartered accountant or anything, so this is like a lame layman's view on it. But like, this fall down to 0.2% was if the movie 2012 currently happened, but then it was way much more worse. Things didn't just freeze over, things didn't just boil over, water didn't just fill the entire earth, but then we had sharks that were as big as mammoths feeding on ships and feeding on people. And then to top it off, the gates of hell opened up at the same time, and then Freddy Krueger and all the nightmare creatures, including the boogeyman, were poured out on the earth. Basically the apocalypse. That is how I say it. Our economy is currently suffering from the apocalypse, basically. Okay, don't mind me, but like, sincerely, everybody's questions or concerns for the lockdown ease up is actually quite valid, and none of them should be dismissed. You understand? Medical practitioners are saying this is premature, and a lot of people actually echo agreement for that outlook. But the thing is, a lot of people are also worried about their cash flow. You understand? Many Nigerians live hand to mouth. In case you don't know what that means, it means most people don't actually have savings. Most people don't actually have big paychecks that they are expecting at the end of the month, or that they used to expect at the end of the month and everything like that. Most people lived on what they made that day. Exactly, most people lived on what they made that day. The yalata, the shop owner, many people in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Ogun State, in Abuja, live hand to mouth. They live on what they make per day, not even per week or per month, per day. And apart from those kind of people like people like school teachers, secondary school teachers, tailors, all these kind of people, many people in this category also kind of live hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, you understand? And pay, usually the minimum wage pay, they are still dragging 30k. Sincerely, they are 30k. Calm down. But many people's salaries to begin with is nothing to write home about. Like 20k is not enough to even care for a single man that lives, in the cheapest apartment care, face to face. That's what we call apartment in Nigeria, face to face. It's not enough to cater for their everyday life and everything. Talk less of making massive savings that will carry you for months on end without any other prospect of income. And for most Nigerians, it's not easy to just migrate over to, working, doing something online, or working one kind of work online or anything like that. Most people aren't actually aware of things like that. And it is actually tough for them to even migrate to things like that because to even start in some of those things, you need money that they currently don't have. So when President Buhari announced this ease up, many people were actually happy because they get to go back and open their shops, they get to go back to the market and sell, and hopefully make a little bit of money to be able to care for themselves, and for those that have families, to be able to care for their families too. And some of you might be thinking, but it's only somebody who is alive that can spend money and everything. The thing is, many people who are making these complaints actually haven't met with people who actually have no money currently during this time. Like, I have met people who have nothing. I mean nothing, like at all, not a dime. I told a story once. I don't know whether I did it on the podcast, but I was talking to somebody and he told me about a guy who approached him a couple of days ago from the time we were talking. The guy basically said he and his children hadn't eaten anything. I think the guy is a widower, so he and his children hadn't eaten anything really standard for the past 2 days. And the person was like, oh, I don't really have anything on me right now. I only have 200 right now on me. And he was like, no, just bring it. And then the man was shocked because when he gave this other man, the guy that was begging, 200 naira, this man ran home, legit ran home to his children. And he kept wondering exactly how much or how far will the 200 go. But the thing is, that is the reality of some people's lives currently. Yes, is there a chance that there will be a spike in the number of confirmed cases? Yes. But personally, I think that is inevitable. Why do I think that is inevitable? Because many people haven't been out of their houses for a while. People have been safe. People have been observing safety protocols. Yes, we've been having increased cases. You understand? So I think the spike in increased cases is inevitable. It might maybe a little bit delayed, but I think it's inevitable. But at the same time, you have to wonder, people are hungry, people are desperate. These are fearful times. Nobody is close to a vaccine. We have so many fake cures out there. Madagascar said they have a herbal drink that cures this thing, and we don't even know how true that is. So, like, people are desperate, people are hungry. So, what exactly is the solution to all of that? So in terms of solution, like I said at the beginning, nobody really has anything currently. I read an article where an officer of the state, I think it was the governor, I can't really remember exactly who, but this is actually many people's opinion, that the lockdown should still be implemented even way much more harshly than it currently is or was, I guess. And it should be carried on for 6 more months or 7 more months. But here's the thing: can we sustain that? No, really, can we sustain that? Because if you say, okay, nobody should go out, and your oloja come out taja and all that kind of stuff. In case you don't know what that means, I basically said market people, they should not go and sell. If you're saying that everybody should stay, if you're saying we should only react out of a place of fear and anxiety and panic and all that kind of stuff, when exactly are we going to be able to sustain ourselves and bear a little bit of risk? Because here's the funny thing: people are actually hungry, people are dying of hunger. There was a news article on the Horrors blog, you can check that out, about a woman that died of fasting for coronavirus. Now, here's my guess. I don't think fasting is what killed. I think fasting is what killed that woman, but I don't think fasting is what killed her. What do I mean? I don't think she was fasting because, she received a divine message from God that her fasting is going to cure coronavirus or take it away. I think she was fasting so that her children would be able to eat. I think she was fasting, because there was no food. I think, she died of that fasting. Like, have you ever seen a documentary on how hunger takes you? It's painful. It's painful just to watch. Now, imagine experiencing it. So, no, I don't think, she was so radical or fanatical in a religion that she thought, oh, I will fast and fast and fast, and if God doesn't, I will not stop fasting until God answers. No, I don't think so. To fast that long and die of that hunger, that takes devotion, that takes dedication. So I don't think it was just because she was praying for the coronavirus. I think it was due to hunger and trying to make sure that there was food for her children and the people around her, which is pretty sad. Very, very sad. But that's the reality of how some people are currently living in these times. Most of us that are complaining and saying why is the government easing up the lockdown, most of us live with our parents. Most of us most of us are still able to work online. At least some of us are still able to work online and still earn pay, so we can afford all these services that bring ingredients down to our doorsteps, or still go out to the store and buy for ourselves. But the thing is, a large population of Nigeria don't actually have those options. You don't have light. Like, taking Ogun State now, here in Ifo, we don't have light. market opens up here, but things are now expensive. Things are ridiculously expensive now. You understand? So many people can't afford. Many people can't follow along with the rate of increase because their own economy is dying, just as the economy of Nigeria is dying. Personally, I don't think there is any good choice whether to stay locked in or to ease up the lockdown. I don't think any of them is a good choice. I think it is go with the worst, go with the one you can bear. I think that's it. Go with the risk you can bear. Go with the worst case you can bear. Because if you say people should stay in, we'll start having a rise in other cases apart from corona, death by hunger, all those kind of things. Because as much as you want to say be your neighbor's keeper, you still have to keep your own family too. You understand? And if you are in lack, there is no way you can provide for your other neighbors. And let's be honest, people are not so chivalrous to the point that when they say that many people are suffering, we will see a large number of people coming to bear that suffering with them and care for their needs. We only see a little bit of people, and those little bit of people will not reach everybody. If you say the government should increase the amount of lockdown without easing up restrictions and anything like that, how exactly are you going to provide for the families who are currently starving? How exactly are you going to provide for the families that are currently, in lack and all those things? But at the same time, if we ease things up, how exactly are we going to make sure that we don't have a much more massive spike in the number of confirmed cases and deaths? You understand? The Director General of the NCDC said beds have almost finished. Imagine that, beds have almost finished. Beds that they can use to accommodate patients. And then he's saying when beds finish, they'll probably start treating confirmed cases in their houses, which I think only the rich people will benefit from that. Because let's not lie, I want to face me, I face you. People that are living in boys' quarter, bungalow, all the stuff. I think it's only rich people that will that will benefit from that treatment at home, protocol. Because let's be honest, Nigerians don't live in great conditions. It's the truth. Nigerians don't live in great conditions. Many people live in very, very poor accommodations and other stuff, and then you want to treat them at home. Also, we don't have that many doctors in Nigeria that are even being paid, that you now want to be telling them to be going house to house to go and be treating cases. There is no good decision on ground. We need the Holy Spirit to guide us. Sincerely, that's the only way forward. We need the Holy Spirit to guide us. At this point, I don't think everybody wants to condemn. Everybody wants to condemn those that are supporting. Everybody wants to condemn those that are not supporting. Everybody wants to condemn the government, condemn this one, condemn that one. But here's the funny truth of this all: nobody knows what to do. No president alive has ever led anybody through a pandemic. Google it, you'll find I'm true. No pastor has ever led any congregation through a pandemic. Google it. No, not pastor alive. Sorry. Google it. You see, I'm true. Your father, your grandfather has never led any family through a pandemic. Google it. You know it's true. So, nobody knows. See, everybody is just making the most of what they can do currently. It's the same situation with the America and Trump currently. Our leaders are human. We need to pray for them instead of always speaking negativity into them. Pray that God offers them wisdom, and then their hearts and head cools down enough to follow the wisdom of God. Because sincerely, we need the Holy Spirit. We need the wisdom of God to direct us during these times. There are, the way I see things, there are no good decisions. We only have we only have worst case scenarios. So which worst case scenario is best for us? Like I said before, the predicted economic growth for Nigeria currently in 2020 is 0.2%. It fell down from 2.5%. 0.2%. And I know many people, are comparing the ease of lockdown with Ghana. I'm not too sure about this, but I hear that there was a spike in number of confirmed cases the moment Ghana eased up on lockdown. And it might be the case here, it might not be the case here. I saw images of places in Lagos. There were barely any traffic in many places, but then in some places, in those tight corners and everything, the people were packed. And these things are expected. Sincerely, these things are expected. But here's the funny thing: there is no good decision. No matter how you want to think about it, there is no good and perfect decision. Each decision will still bring casualties, you understand? So what we need to be asking ourselves is, which one will bring us the less casualties, the less number of casualties? Because people need to be fed, people need to be taken care of, but at the same time, we cannot put the entire nation at risk. Like, an investigation is currently going on to the strange deaths, and I wish you could see me. The air quotes I'm using for that "strange" is so massive. Strange deaths in Kano. Like, I read a meme. I don't even know whether it's factual because I actually didn't check. But I read a meme that said Kano has 200 confirmed cases with 300 deaths. Corona is owing them 100 confirmed cases. I'm sorry. Like, none of these things should actually be made a joke of, but like, that is how things are currently. And you might agree with me that there are currently no good decisions. You might not agree with me that there are currently no good decisions. But any side you stand on, you have to ask yourself, be objective about it. Really, really objective about it. Which decision can be taken right now that will be the best for the citizens of Nigeria? That will be the best for the economy? Because you might be like, people are greedy, they are worrying about money, but sincerely, people are hungry and desperate. And it's not greed. People are actually starving. People actually don't have money. You understand? People are actually not as privileged as most of us. Some of us, we are only worried about data. But you know, some people are worried about breakfast, lunch, and supper. Talk less of data. So, like, we need to be considerate of our fellow man. We need to be considerate of our citizens. But at the same time, we cannot be putting the entire nation at risk just because we don't want the economy to collapse. So, what do you think is the best decision that Nigeria can make as a whole currently? Continue lockdown for 6 more months or something like that, or the entire year till a vaccine is made, or ease up the lockdown? Because personally, me, I feel that the ease up of lockdown will happen eventually. It is inevitable. At some point, things will have to open up, and we'll just have to be like, oh well, whosoever corona go kill, he go kill. You understand? So let me know what you think. You understand? What do you think? Do you agree with me that there's currently no best case scenario, no good decision to be made, and we can only choose out of the worst case scenarios that we have on ground and just choose the ones that is best for us? Or do you think that there's actually a really good decision that can be made and implemented? You understand? Whatever it is that you think, please let me know. Like I said before, you can just send me a voice message through the Anchor app, or you can just reach out to me on social media. My handle for Instagram and Twitter is the same thing. That is at Daniel Briggs. So just, hit me up. I'm your fact teacher any day. I enjoy conversation. If you want to converse, don't worry. I'm a nice guy. But if you throw shade at me, I'm going to throw an entire fucking tree at you. Just so you know. We all want to make it in life, but I'm not willing to be stepped on for you to do that. Don't come and use me for brownie points. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me up to this point. Thank you very much for listening to me and my opinions, and hear my amateur analysis on things. These are, like I said before at the beginning, these are my own opinions. You understand? This is the way I see things. This is the way I see how things are currently going on the ground. So if you have a different opinion and you just want to reach out, make them known, sure, I accommodate everybody. Send me a voice message through the Anchor app, or you send me a DM on Twitter, and be nice about it. Don't just hi me and don't state why you're hiring me. See, if you just type hi and you don't state why you're hiring me, I'll just leave it like that, because nobody got time, man. Nobody got time. Okay, thank you very much once again for listening to me. If you are starving, if you are in need, please reach out to people. You understand? Reach out to the government and everything. I'm very sure that there are organizations that are currently catering to people's needs and stuff right now. You understand? So please reach out. Though we are in isolation, but don't be alone. Reach out if you need anything. And remember, the symptoms for coronavirus include shivering, body pain, headache, sore throat, loss of taste or smell, difficulty breathing, diarrhea, catarrh, and fatigue. If you are experiencing about 3 to 4 of these things at once, maybe you should give NCDC a call. You understand? They will put you through what you can do to confirm whether it is the corona that is doing you or whether it is anxiety or something else entirely. So please stay blessed, stay safe, wear your face mask, wash your hands, sanitize, understand, and maintain social distancing. Thank you very much again. God bless you, and God will see us through these trying times. Bye bye.